Court of Protection is a specialist court in London which deals with the finances and health issues of people who are mentally incapable of managing those finances or making decisions regarding their health themselves. Well, you would apply if somebody had money that needed to be managed or a specific decision needed to be made regarding their health and they were unable to make that decision themselves, and you would make an application to be appointed as what's known as a deputy. The deputy would be the person appointed by the court to be able to open a bank account, manage the money, deal with investments, the sale of the property, all sorts of things like that. Deputy has to be over 18, cannot be a bankrupt. Usually it's a close family member or a professional or a family friend. There's quite a long drawn-out process which initially seems quite intimidating, and there's several forms to complete. So there'll be what's known as a COP1, which is the main application form. There's also quite a lengthy COP1A, which is the application setting out all of the liabilities and assets of the person. A COP3, which is usually completed by a doctor to provide a medical opinion as to whether the person lacks capacity or not to make that particular decision. And finally, there's a COP4, which is the document signed by the deputy themselves to say that they are a fit and proper person to act on behalf of somebody else. Yes, there's an initial application fee of £400. And then once the deputy is appointed, there's going to be additional fees that have to be considered, such as a one-off £100 appointment fee to the court. And in addition, there will be what's called a security bond, which is an insurance certificate that needs to be taken out, which needs to be paid annually. That's based on the amount of funds involved. And there will also be other fees to consider, such as a supervision fee, which at the moment is £320 per year, but if assets are below presently £19,500, then the fee drops to £35 per year. Well, I would certainly suggest using a solicitor as a deputy if there are large sums of money involved, such as if there's been an award for compensation. There's been a recent case in the media whereby the family have used the money mainly for their own benefit, but one of the reasons they did that was because they didn't really have enough guidance to actually understand how the money should be used. And equally, you get families who don't use the money enough for say, the child or the adult, and they suffer. So I would certainly use a solicitor with the large compensation cases. Also, a solicitor can provide some form of guidance. They have other connections to other professionals, such as banks and investment providers. A solicitor can also stand back and be independent, not be emotionally drawn into the case, and not feel that they have to make decisions maybe for the wrong reason. And a solicitor will be able to provide that extra sort of level of support that the families need, so that the family can then concentrate on the care. Process can be quite time consuming. From start to finish, I'd say probably between 5 to 6 months once you've got the application in, and it's impossible to try and hurry it along. Well, you have to get a deputy in place because the deputy will be the legal person who's allowed to actually manage the finances. So without actually having the deputy, you wouldn't be able to manage the finances, you wouldn't be able to sell a house, you wouldn't be able to make decisions regarding, say, nursing fees or anything like that. Well, if you're interested, I'd be happy to talk to you. Please feel free to call me and we can talk things through. Alternatively, we do have information on our website which you can download immediately, or we can send some information in the post.